Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in my teacher's hat. So you know I got the books. I got two books today. I'm a, I gotta reach back and make a point. See the picture of that guy right there? That's that's Amun. That's Amun Ra. Okay, that's Amun Ra. You see that? What color is he? They gonna tell me that's Almond Ra. I'm not buying that one. I'm like Popeye. I took all I can stand. I can't stand no more. Harry B, I gotta interject a little bit. So this is gonna be a little correction I gotta do on this lesson here. So all in the purpose of what teaching. These are life lessons. This is I'm doing Parliament. It's in the book. So I'm gonna bring funk and interject this one. How about that? Let's go. This is gonna be fun. Rightism. 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. There's always a message in my stories for life. I'm reaching today. But you tuning and receiving, I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's see if we can keep it going. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it. Is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to the highest level, the highest spiritual level of entertainment. Right thinkers way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to, know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? Well, when I'm through, it's rhetorical. Whatever you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. Don't be them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not, it's simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And two, my God be true. Right thinkers, P Funk philosophy on the Horus symbolism and the anatomy of the body. I'm gonna break down. This is the brain. This is the depiction and symbolism of that brain. You see the sun disc that represents the limbic part of the brain. The sun disc is God. See the serpent here? See right here inside the brain, it looks like a serpent. And at the back part, you seeing that they got a tail hanging out. See that right there? So they was mimicking that concept inside the brain. They brought the brain to life. And Heru, which is the spirit that's in me and you. And then I'm gonna start over here. They're gonna break it down a little more with the hippocampus. What's that? That's the part of the brain, the front part of the brain, look like ram horns. Okay? See here? See the ram? Ugh. This guy here, they call him, this is what they giving me. I'm at page 55. I didn't object. I didn't point out nothing that I felt different, but I got to interject. Okay. This is the picture of Amin Ra. That Amin Ra looks different than that Amin Ra. Okay. I do ancient Egyptian, okay, philosophical concept, and all this is esoteric teaching. It's all symbolism. So I'm versed in symbolism. And here's another picture of the concept of Amin Ra. Right here in human form. Then you got him here in the ram-headed form with the ram-headed horns and his regalia. Okay? But these are the pictures from ancient Egypt. I don't know where they get that Amin Ra from. I don't know him. And I just had to bring that out. I couldn't let that one get by. I had to get that in there. We're going to talk about the hippocampus in a minute. But let's start with the Horus symbolism. Remember, this is all symbolism. I'm trying to teach you how to read it because they've been laying it out for us. And this is old. This is so old. When you observing the symbolism from the Egyptian god Horus with the circle on top of his head, sun disk, and it's a circle by a serpent, the Uraeus. It reveals a connection to the brain's anatomy. As previously mentioned, we gave you the falcon breakdown. The falcon is the fastest bird. Your spirit is recognized by the falcon head. Okay. Only 3 people wear that headdress. Ra, with the sun just over his. Okay, just like that. He's the son of Ra. And Asar, or Heru. And Asar, once he crosses over to the underworld, he gets his, he called Sokar. Okay, he gets his bird head. And that's all symbolism. The highest level of consciousness is represented by the bird. I got my man Tahuti on back for you. I got this covered. Don't worry, we're gonna have some fun. But I had to get that almond rock thing just didn't set well with me. I just had to do that. Moving on. Love the book. Love my man. Got you. So I had to do that one. I couldn't resist no longer. Like my man, John Henry Clark, love him, master teacher. He said, with the white Catholics, he said, you would think after all that time and all this stuff that we done did, you might think they like one little brown baby get up in there. So I'm with him. You done gave me. I can't go with this guy. That don't even. I can't look at that. I did it. It's bad enough you did Jesus. I'm gonna give you that one. I can't give you Amin Ra. Can't do it. So can't do it. Moving on. I'm like Papa. I done took all that. I can't stand no more. So I got to get a little pushback on that one. We'll get to it in a minute. Let me take care of this symbolism for Heru. I call him Heru. Y'all call him Horus. Again, difference in concepts. But as previously mentioned, the falcon, okay, because of his attributes, and Horus represents the brainstem. And this specific symbolism of the circle atop his head all corresponds with the limbic system of the brain. I got that coming up for you somewhere. I think I did that already. Yeah, we did that part already. Yeah, I did that already. That's the middle part of the brain, okay? Midbrain. But they're showing you the disc stand on top of it. It corresponds to the limbic system. Now, they're located in the middle of the brain. Okay, understand this. The limbic system plays a crucial role. What part do it play? In the processing of regulating what? One's emotions, your memory, your sexual stimulation, and your learning process. It also influences what? Your behavior, motivation, long-term memory, and our sense of smell. So these are all the qualities that part of the brain reacts to. And every section of the brain had a purpose and a reason. And they done laid it all out. 30 years I just figured it out. I'm sorry, but I gotta keep laying. They laying the brain out. They showing you how the brain operates and they putting it in art form. Genius. Well, y'all love Michelangelo. Like, okay, but this is where you got it from. This is the original. Now we in my neighborhood. Now you're in Mr. Gilmore property. Come on over. And we use it as the Masons do operative and speculative masonry. The operative mason works with brick and mortar. A speculative mason use the tools that he used to build. We use it for what we call a more noble and glorious purpose. Now, for me, Heru represents the spirit in us. The sun disk over top of his head, his connection to God, which is Ra. The Uraeus is the protective consciousness that keeps away all evil. That's our symbolism about it. They use it, and they show in the brain. We didn't use it that way. I'm freaking out. Why? It makes sense. I ain't got a problem with it at all. Not a bit. It makes a different perspective, a different concept, same result. I understand and I respect and love it. Why? This is fun to me. This is teaching. Why? I got a perspective, they got a perspective. Same perspective, we just present it different. I can present it both ways. That makes me bi. My man George Wallace said, I think I'm bisexual. What you mean? Well, last time I had sex, I was by myself. Now, y'all won't get that. You will tomorrow. Don't worry about it. All right. Oh, yeah, it'll be a good joke then. Moving on. All right. The symbolism that they was portraying is the brain. I didn't know that until I started putting everything together. They was breaking down the brain. They had that thing figured out. All right, let me get back to the lesson. Sorry about that. But watch this. It also, the body, the sense of smell. But now, due to its what? Connection with the endocrine and your autonomic system, nervous system, cardiovascular system, the limbic system significantly impacts what? Your body responses to what? How stress and its environmental challenges. Everybody ain't equipped to handle certain areas of the environment they live in. Trust me. White guy can't stand the heat, black man can't stand the cold. A little quick example. But it is also associated with what? Survival instincts. We all had a need or the instinct to what? Survive. Fight or flight, okay? Such as feeding, reproduction, there you go, nurturing your offspring. In some animals, the father take care of the egg. Watch the egg. The penguin, the father stands on the egg, okay? And the right or what? The fight or flight response, that's human nature. That's a built-in mechanism that we all have. But making it integral to what? Both our emotional and our physical well-being. Heart and mind have to work together. When they become one, that's a unified combination within oneself. That's where God dwells, up here and right here. Put them together, you found God. So let's get the symbolism behind the hippocampus. What the hell is the hippocampus? I said the same thing. I'm not a brain surgeon. I don't know about the cranial nerve. I learned everything I know about the brain from the Egyptians. And you see right here, the view. You can see the similarities, how they present it, yeah. But they got all this covered. 24 cranial nerves, break down to 2 pairs, makes it 12. You got the pineal gland, the pituitary gland, and the thalamus. All those are stuff that I learned from the Egyptians, not from modern, brain surgeon, neurologist. But I'm pretty adept. And now we're going to deal with the front part of the brain, the hippocampus, that looks like the ram horns. And that's what the concept from the Egyptians got, the ram concept. But this one here, you see you got 2 serpents, sun disk, okay? Then you got the scarab right here, pushing the sun disk. All this is symbolic of how the brain operates. They had this thing down. And down here, again, this is the side. This is what it looks like. I'm gonna have an issue with that. I'm trying to get past it. But it do look like a ram, hence the hippo, okay? The hippocampus. The hippocampus is a vital brain structure responsible for what? For memory, for information, okay? Memory, formation, and consolidation. It does a lot of compartmentalizing. By what? But it plays a key role in what? Converting short-term memory into long-term ones. Okay. Ensuring that what? The experience and information are stored for what? Future retrieval. Compartmentalizing. You got to put things in perspective like a computer. You want to push the button, go there and get that simple stuff. I got the icons, you hit the icon, it take you there. The brain does that automatically. That's where it comes from. The brain does it automatically. That's the part of the brain we talk about with the hippocampus. That's its job. Okay? By linking your memories with emotions and the context, the hippocampus helps organize, compartmentalize, and makes it easy to retrieve them. Your memory, if you can remember what you did yesterday. Some people can't remember what they did 5 minutes ago. So it's ability to what? Think and grasp and compartmentalize, and you be able to reach in and get it out at your will. That's self-mastery, controlling this thing here. Allowing you to what? Learn from what? You ready? The best teacher in the world. Experience from your past experience. From your past experience, you should learn something from that experience. That's what we here as spiritual beings that have a human experience is to learn from what? Our experience to what? Become conscious to know who we are. That's what we're here for. Not to become rich and famous, make a lot of money. Oh, that means nothing. That's all transient nonsense. Anything here is temporary. Don't get attached to it. Why? It won't be here long. You won't be. Okay, that goes for you. And when you apply this acquired knowledge to new situations, that's enlightenment. Now you damage, if the damage to the hippocampus can severely impair one's ability to now be able to form new memories. The old ones won't be wiped out, but now you won't be able to comprehend. You won't be able to articulate. You won't be able to grasp concepts. Why? Because it got damaged. The hippocampus is damaged. And while often leaving older long-term memories relatively unaffected by, you got dementia, you got Alzheimer's, you got all kind of mental disease that's going on now. But they're telling you when that happens or the damage, this is what you're going to lose. Okay, some people lose, their family members don't know who they are. Okay, we all get old and suffer through that. Not everybody. But this highlights what? That how crucial the role and the ongoing process of how we store our information. How we, remember the movie Total Recall? They wiped the memory, all of a sudden start having little fragments coming back. Holy snap, yeah. Total Recall. That's what they're talking about. And then you have what you store your recall and you utilize what your ability to memorize thoughts of your lives. Sometimes your prior lives creeps back in there. We call it deja vu. Experiencing something for the second time when you know now because I've done this before. I've experienced it too, so I know what it is perfectly. But now we're getting down here with the hippocampus. When we was our God, the first God in Egypt is Amun. That means the hidden one. But when they bring him into human form, it's a man with ram horns. Okay, with not a white man. This is not gonna fly for me. But this is what the brain looks like, and they're mimicking that. Okay, I bring it to light. Let me get past it. I got to move on. But Amun Ra, the original God, after prayer, everybody say what? Amen. That's paying homage to the invisible God. That was the first God. He became Ra when Sun became part of the name Amun Ra. Amun Ra or Amun Ra is not just a mythological figure. Read that again. Amun Ra or Amun Ra is not just a mythological figure, but a symbolic representation of what? Our hippocampus in the brain. We didn't know that. I didn't know that. Again. But the vital memory center in the brain. The horns depicted on Amun Ra's head. Now, from what I got the concept, it's because it's Aries, the zodiac. That's the ram. That's where the horns come from. I didn't know nothing about the damn brain. I had no clue. Okay, so this is information. What's this? And Amun Ra's head directly corresponds to what? The horn-like structure of the hippocampus. Who knew? Well, obviously they did. I didn't know that. I got a whole different perspective about Amun Ra. It ain't that. But again, it fits perfect. I get the concept. It just ain't mine. I 100%, I'm going to comprise 100% with what this here going on. Trust me, and it's funny. Why is this? Because this connection reveals what? That Amun Ra wasn't merely a god of ancient Egypt. Thank you. Because I'm sitting there saying, dude, we didn't have that concept. We didn't see it that way. That's what I'm saying. And they just showed you that. Oh, why is this? Why? But it was a metaphorical embodiment of the brain's capacity for memory. RAM, RAM. I don't know nothing about that nonsense. I ain't computer literate. I'm the old guy. This is new stuff, obviously. Why? Look at the color. Everything I know is black. Moving on. Again, where we at? Remember that the RAM And it's somewhere in here with it RAM. That's what it represents. I'm looking at zodiac. I look at. See the difference? And it fits, no problem. What's this? Now, the name Ra is intrinsically linked to the concept of memory storage, as seen in the word RAM. I know I saw it somewhere. I know what it means. What? Random access memory. I understand that part. Again, fragments, dots, pieces. When I put them all together, son of a gun, it's the brain. It's the brain. It's the brain. Moving on. Which is crucial for what? For data storage. In what? Computers. The brain is the first original computer, the most sophisticated machinery known to man. And it says right here, they got that part right. But the association extends to what? To the ram, an animal with what? Prominent horns, and its astrological representation in the constellation of air. God, you better put me in there. I didn't read this. Cause I didn't. I couldn't wait to get here. I'm chopping at the bit. You better put zodiac in there. Okay, that's the ram and Aries that I know. I'm just saying. So yeah, we good. But I didn't know it from the brain aspect. Again, 30 years, I didn't see that one coming. In the words of my man. But which governs the brain's upper regions, including the hippocampus. We give that credit to thought. He coming to, but we're dealing with the hippocampus right now. But now this symbolism, and I'm freaking out because I knew where I come from. We do it a little different, but they got me in there. Thank you. But the symbolism is also reflected in a lot of religious texts. Okay. Don't care about that one. I want to make sure what I'm doing. All right. But what's this? Where what? Where the Lamb of God. Okay, I heard about that. It is mentioned a term that closely related to what? The ram? Lamb is a baby ram, right? Did my homework, so I try to keep up. But the lamb symbolizes what? The hippocampus and the part of our brain that stores memories and allows us to act based on past experience. The best teacher. The hippocampus, therefore, serves as the brain's data storage, hence RAM. Akin to what? A computer's RAM. I understand that. Further highlighting the profound connection between our ancient symbols, celestial bodies, and our understanding of the brain's function. They was breaking down the brain. What I do, dipped in hog stuff. Wrap it up with this one. Last one. They still dealing with the brain, and they still got my Egyptian people showing you the brain again, hippocampus. There we go again. And they're showing you the ram-headed god, Amun. There's always a structure down here which represents that. I guess the brain stem. Okay? There you go. Well, look at that. Look at that. I see this. Now I can see this in this. I got a problem with that. I never saw this. I see it putting it here. I see it. I understand it. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Their philosophy ain't far off, ain't different. How they present it. I get it. They're using my stuff to present it. They don't do well with my stuff, but I take it from there. I got that part. I'll get your part, but I got the other part. Don't worry about it. I got you. The ram, the sphinx, okay, in Karnak in Egypt. Everybody put their face on the body of the sphinx. Okay, the head of the pharaoh. That's what's up. And it's imitating the brainstem and the hippocampus. They got this thing figured out. They got it down. It looks just like that. You can't dispute it. Again, I ain't got a problem. I'm not arguing what they're presenting to you. And it tells you these are all symbolical signs that they use, but I didn't see it as representing the brain. I'm gonna shut it down. I got another one coming for you. Next one, we're gonna go into thoughts, the God of wisdom. One of my favorites. We know I miss Tahuti, but right thinkers, hope you enjoy this lesson. I'm just having fun teaching. That's what I do. for you. Appreciate you too tuning in. Thank you. But in closing, may you all live to be 100. Me, 100 miles a day. So I know that my right thinkers who now understand the Heru symbolism and the anatomy and the symbolism of the hippocampus. Hope you enjoyed it. Oh, I'll be right back.